Uh, Good afternoon and welcome to Facebook Live. Firstly, thank you for joining and welcome to all our participants. Well, certainly great spring racing's back. We had a great week at Hawke's Bay last Saturday week with Call Sign Mav winning the Group 1 feature, and we've got some fantastic racing coming up over the next few months, which is great to see. Great to see the industry doing all the right things in terms of COVID biosecurity measures. But what's been terrific since the 1st of August, we've seen good field sizes, encouraging turnover, and really setting up a solid foundation for the next 12 months for New Zealand thoroughbred racing. I know that we've had lots of feedback around our programming issues. The good thing is we've been able to keep our field sizes up. We did today attend the AGM of the National Trainers Association, and we had 14 of the board members from the National Trainers Association present, and we touched on a range of issues in terms of track rider licensing, some trainer owner reforms we've got coming up over the next couple of months, traceability, the open entry and rating 74 races, stakes paid back to 14th, which has been an improved policy for the NZTR board, and the future of the NZTR governance structure. Other updates from a racing perspective include the synthetic track at Cambridge. Some of you watching today may have seen some of the progress on social media. Great to see that the club is getting to the end of the construction phase, and we're looking forward to the end of November putting the first horses that will be able to start to work on the first synthetic track for New Zealand racing. In terms of COVID protocols, we've seen the government move to level 1 all bar the Auckland region, and by next Wednesday we'll know whether the whole country will be at level 1. But it's great to see crowds back at the races. Perfect time of the year to get back on track. We got lots of fun, lots of great racing, and an opportunity for all Kiwis and all New Zealanders to attend a racetrack close to you over the next 4 to 5 months. And a big shout out, as I said, thank you to the participants, to the owners, the clubs, for the amazing job you've done in making sure we've been able to put racing on. You've shown amazing resilience. You know, we have had lots of feedback from owners around not being able to access during some of those COVID alert levels, but we've worked together. I hope that you get back to the track and see your horse racing, because there's nothing better than being on track and watching your horse racing, having a bet, and enjoying a great day out for racing across New Zealand. Some other general updates: we get the opportunity on the 11th of October at 7 o'clock, which will see the Horse of the Year Awards. This year, it will be done remotely in a virtual setting. We took that decision 3 or 4 weeks ago, not really understanding where the alert levels will sit. But it's a new way. It's a new way of saying thank you and congratulating the award winners for this year. We'll also, off the back of that, it's 7 o'clock on the 11th of October. You'll be able to see it live via the website and on Facebook. It'll come straight after the Bledisloe Cup a game, which is mid-afternoon on the Sunday. Then you can sit back via your TV and watch via your platforms, whether that's Facebook or on the web, to watch an hour of terrific opportunity to say thank you to our award participants. But just a general reminder, as we've gone around the country and done our road shows, we've been pushing the fact that you can now watch Trackside 1 and Trackside 2 live via loveracing.nz. And that can be streamed to your smart TV. It can be streamed on your devices, whether that's laptops or iPads. But importantly, if you've got a smart TV, you can stream loveracing.nz and register to watch Trackside 1 and Trackside 2 free at any time. So it's a terrific initiative that the TAB and the codes have progressed. Both the other codes are doing something similar, and it's a way of spreading the opportunity to watch thoroughbred racing. I think the last time I spoke to you was we also conducted a number of regional road shows, and we got lots of really good feedback from more than 200 people on the 6 road shows we conducted in Southland, Otago, at Riccarton, Awapuni, and Waikato. The last road show we are going to have is in Auckland, up on the 18th of October at Ellerslie. And if you'd like to attend that, if you're in the Auckland region, it'll be at 2:30 p.m. at Ellerslie on the 18th of October. But the Chairman, Alan Jackson, and myself have found it very useful to get feedback from the industry. We talked about a whole lot of things. We talked about protocols, funding, pushing for the next phase of the development of the TAB. We talked about betting rules. We talked about the need for prize money increases. The issue that we got raised quite a bit through COVID is the loss of radio and the alternatives now we have to being able to hear thoroughbred racing not only live through your laptop or your iPad or streaming it through your TV, but you are available to get the retail audio for Trackside 1 and Trackside 2 via the Rover app. So as we build out these opportunities, these new ways of listening and consuming your racing, the more engagement we can have going forward. So thank you for being patient. We've also started to develop a relationship with SEN Track in Australia. How do we build out the profiles of our trainers, our jockeys, our owners and our horses? Because sending New Zealand racing into Australia, there's a big market. We have 2% of races that are beamed into Australia, and there is 6% of 2% of turnover, 6% of races. The wagering market in Australia is massive. It's north of $25 billion, and that helps deliver some commercial returns back to New Zealand racing, whether that's in terms of prize money or club funding. As a general update, we've also George Strickland has announced he's finished up at New Zealand Racing, and we've advertised for new senior handicapper. So if you're online and you want to be an aspiring administrator, or you know someone that would like to be the senior handicapper at NZTR, applications close on the 9th of October, and the applications and the job description are on the website loveracing.nz. Also, over the next month to 6 weeks, the Members Council. Now, just to explain who the Members Council is, the Members Council is a range of people that are representing trainers, owners, clubs right across the North, South Islands, plus the CD, and they're there to appoint directors every year. The Members Council run a process by which NZTR directors are appointed, and coming up this year there are 3 vacancies that have become available. So if you know anyone that wants to be an aspiring NZTR director who that may be suitable, the Members Council has advertised for applicants that close on the 17th of October, and more information is on loveracing.nz. Really important that we continue to look for people who love their racing, have a business background. The criteria is outlined on the website, but if you know of anyone that'd like to become, would like to put their hand up and go into a process that the Members Council run, that's really important. Paul Humphreys from the race group is the chairman. He, with his team of representatives from the stakeholders, run a process, and that announcement on the successful applicants as directors to the NZTR board will be announced at the annual general meeting in the middle of November. Another important piece of activity that we've been able to kick off is the race dates. It comes around really quickly. The race dates for 2021 and the planning that we have to do with the NZTAB and the other codes. It is a 6 to 12 month planning horizon to put the right race date structure in place with the right facilities. Getting the right cost-effective model to deliver racing across the country has started, and we'll be looking to issue the first draft of race dates by the end of this calendar year. We've really only had, I know we talked about this session being on today, we've had one query from Simon Boone, and Simon's asked a really good question. He says, do we envisage competition for the wagering dollar on New Zealand racing when other operators being granted licences here in the near future? Well, there's only one licence, but there are other wagering operators that are internationally based that can procure New Zealand customers. And yes, for any New Zealand customer betting on New Zealand racing with other than the TAB, we can have a commercial arrangement in place via Racefields fees. So that's in place for Sportsbet, that's in place for Betfair, that's in place for Neds and Ladbrokes, and we're still advancing other discussions with other international wagering operators that do have customers based in New Zealand betting on New Zealand racing. TAB, the New Zealand TAB, is our primary funder of racing in this country, but we do understand there is competition, and those operators do need to pay their way. Any operator that doesn't pay their way in New Zealand by using the New Zealand product, is a parasite on the industry and isn't contributing back to this industry. So it's really important that whether you're based in Australia, an operator based in Australia, we've got a good relationship with Sportsbet, good relationship with Ladbrokes, good relationship with Neds and Betfair, all paying commercial fees to the New Zealand industry, 3 codes, and they're partnerships that are, they're effectively customers of the 3 codes of New Zealand. So it's really important we build out those relationships because they have customers that are based in Australia and other parts of the world to build out important returns for the industry. Simon's also asked, when you see almost states of Australia have minimum winning bet limits, do NZTR have any intention to follow suit? Well, Simon, let me take that question on notice. Your question's come through and I haven't been able to reach out to the TAB. They set the limits. NZTR doesn't set the limits, but certainly once I get that information, I'll reply directly to you. But importantly, your second question around wagering operators, this is the new world that we're all living in. We are in a competitive landscape, particularly for below the line wagering operators who are betting through digital platforms. There is competition. The TAB here is in competition with those other operators I talked about before, and we're looking to extract commercial value from all those entities. Question from Raywin. Rating 74 races aren't allowing lower grade of horses to get a start. Raywin had a rating 68 horse that was last raced on the 9th of August, but keeps being balloted out. So, Raywin, it's a good question. We had a number of the trainers this morning on our call from the National Trainers Association for their AGM raise that issue. Tim Aldridge, our GM of Racing, and the Trainers Association will look at these issues as they come to hand. We have evolved a number of different policies off the back of COVID. We think they've worked in terms of average field sizes. They've worked in terms of wagering turnover and returns back to the industry. But we will look at those issues and tweak as we go along. So appreciate you coming along and putting that issue on the table. I haven't got much more today. It's been great that I've been able to share a few of the updates with you. As we said, we're going to do this once a month. I hope you find it interesting to fill any gaps that you have in your experiences in thoroughbred racing. Please make sure you look at loveracing.nz, provides daily information in terms of our racing program, and really keen to hear any other feedback and take that on a monthly basis. But good luck, thank you, enjoy spring racing, and we'll see you on the track soon.